Hello, everyone. My name is Gurnoor Singh, and this is my video submission for SIT232 Buggysoft program. Here within this program, we had been given a file which does not seem very clear. As you guys can see, that it's completely cluttered, even though the output is correct, but it's very difficult to understand that what's going on within this file. And hence this need to be clean, does need to be clean. In order to do that, I'll just explain in the part one of this video submission that how I have used it and that file. So from program.cs to revise.cs. So first of all, as you guys can see that I declared the three arrays in an empty form that were to be used. And afterwards, a while loop is used here that clears the console, first of all. So that's why this console.clear function is here in order to clear the console when the program starts. And afterwards, you guys can see that the display table function is used here. And what does this function does is it displays the three tasks that we have in a proper manner in a graphical way, as you guys can see via these functions here. And yeah, so that's what this function does, is basically displaying the whole table in a proper graphical manner. And afterwards, you have the input that the user has to enter. For example, you can see which category you want to place a task in, so personal, work, or family, and then describing the task not less than 30 characters. And afterwards, there's a condition as well that the task description should not be less than uh, should not be more than 30 characters. It should always be less than 30 characters. And afterwards, as you guys can see that here in this program, there's a lot of code duplication happening, even within each condition. So in order to avoid that, I use the switch case here. And this switch case in particular uses add task function, which what it does is basically add the tasks into the list. And then further that list is used to display into the program. And so if I run this, I'll just switch over to the output window here. Share the output window. This is the one. Mhm. So yeah, here's the output window. And let's see if I want to add a task in personal. So let's say personal. Now there's an exercise. It does not appear. You guys can see that the task gets added into the personal section. And let's say if I want to add it in work, let's say videos. So you guys can see that this program does have a flaw. I try to add a task into the work section, but it doesn't get added. And even if I try into the family, let's say dishes, no. So this program in particular does not add any other task into any other category. The reason behind that is we do not have adequate classes or functions within the program that are needed in order to do that. And there are a lot of things that basically a task planner program should show to the user. So in general, this program does need a lot of expansion and new features. And so I have done that in part two of the Buggysoft program, and I'm going to display as we move further. I'm going to display the part two as we move further here. But the last try is important as well. Let's say dinner. Oh, it does not add any more categories. So yeah, so that's the So yeah, you guys can see that this program over here has a limit to how many tasks it can add and how much does it and how many features that it can show to the user. And basically, in order to expand this program, I added a few additional classes as well as features, which I'm going to showcase in Buggysoft Part 2 solution. And let's dive into it. Open, Part 2, open. Yeah, that's the one. So this is the main program that we are going to focus on now. There are four classes. First one is the main class through which we're going to enter the program. And this is the final.cs. Apart from that, I have three main classes here. Sorry, three other classes that extend from this one. And the first one is task item. Within task item, basically, there are three attributes of each task that are assigned. First is name of the task. Then you have due date for the task or the deadline for the task. And of course, if the task is important or not. And afterwards, you can see this is my constructor over here. And this is the function that I've used here in order to display the task name, printing the whole due date and everything. So yeah. So this is my task item class, pretty small one. Afterwards, we move into the category class. So basically, each task is going to be assigned into a category, and there's going to be a category name, of course. And yeah. And you guys can see that this is the function to add task to category. And this is the function to remove task. And various other features such as moving the task from one category to another and even moving the tasks within the category as well. And afterwards, we move on to the task manager. And this is basically a very important class within the program because first of all, it manages all of the categories. And you guys can see that main functions such as a method for adding a category or removing a category or doing anything operate through the task manager, whether it's moving the task or moving task within the category. So yeah, what I'll just do right now is run the program and show how it works. I'll switch to the output window just now. Yeah, let's go. Let's start by adding a category here. Category name can be personal. Press any key to continue. And in personal category, what I would like to do is add a task first. And let's say go to 3, starts from 0, task name, exercise. What's the due date? 507 2. Yes. So I've got a category and a task. And let's say if I want to see that, I want to see the main list. Suppose I need to, and you guys can see. So I've got my category index. I've got my task. Afterwards, let's say I do want to add one more category here. That will be work. Category added, press any key to continue. I need to add a task as well. 3, 1, enter task name. This can be video submission, which I'm doing right now. Due date 2025, 5, I don't know, 21. Yeah. Press enter. And if I look into my category table, you guys can see. So I have two categories that are added as well as the tasks. Now, if in case, let's say, I want to move the task exercise into the work category. So what I will do is move task to another category, enter category index, 0, enter current task index, 0, enter new task index, let's say 1, and it says task is moved, press any key to continue. And if I check again, you guys can see here. So the task gets moved into the work category. And let's say in case I need to delete a task. Let's do that as well. No, first of all, actually what I'll do is delete the category. That can be 2. Category index to delete, 0. Category moved. And let's check if it's removed. Yeah, it's removed. And in a similar way, what we can do is actually delete the task as well as move the tasks within the category. But I think my video submission will be too long if I just explain that as well. But overall, you guys can see that what I've done is create a good interface for the user, a menu, and then each output can be displayed through a graphical interface. And so yeah, this is my overall submission for SIT232. All the additional features that are required have been added, and the program is expanded and made more user friendly as well. So this is my video submission for SIT232. Thank you.